officials rejected the multi-millionaire's application to build the Saxon-style chapel because it would conflict with the prevailing character of the landscape. They also stated that the proposed 24-seat chapel in Framlingham in Suffolk would cause light pollution and create the impression of second village church. The singer-songwriter, 27, made the application to Suffolk Coastal District Council in January shortly after proposing to long-term girlfriend Cheery Seaborn, 26. However, the application soon attracted local criticism and concern about the effect on wildlife. The Suffolk Wildlife Trust said it was concerned that the building could affect a colony of endangered Great Crested Newts believed to be sighted on the land. Despite the singer's pledge to carry out an ecological survey of the land, it emerged today planning officials had rejected the application outright. Because the application did not have more than 3 representations of support, and the local parish council did not support it, the application could be decided purely at officer level. Previously, the planning agent employed by Mr Sheeran had tried to address local concerns about the application. Paul Smith, of Apex Planning Consultants, said the applicant has responded promptly to this matter and has also commissioned an appropriate survey that will identify the presence of Great Crested Newts or otherwise propose mitigation measures as appropriate and recommend measures to enhance biodiversity. These could include bag boxes, swift nesting boxes and native planting, he said. We were not aware of the historical presence of Great Crested Newts nearby and certainly believe that none exist in the pond nearby to the application site, he added. Mr. Smith also addressed concerns from people who claim the planned chapel would be unsightly and could draw celebrity spotters to the area. He insisted the chapel would be sited on private land approximately 230 meters from the road. He added, therefore we do not agree that at such distance from public land and views it will generate the attention the objector, purports. He said claims that the chapel would be a blot on the landscape, destroying views were not based on facts, and discredit the high-quality architecture. He added that it is common for Suffolk churches to be located on the edge of or outside settlements. Often, but not entirely, because of the 14th century post-plague relocations of villages, this relationship is strongly characteristic of the area, he said. It is also the case that private chapels are generally sited away from their host houses for the purpose of providing a visible feature in the landscape, encouraging the contemplation of the viewer. The proposed Flint Chapel would hold a congregation of around 24. The application states there is a need for the chapel as it is every person's right to be able to have a place of retreat for contemplation and prayer, for religious observance, celebration of key life and family milestones, marriages, christenings and so forth. It is not known what plans Mr. Sheeran will now have for his wedding. A spokesman for Suffolk Coastal District Council said the chapel would be out of character for the rural area and create the impression there was a second village church. Mr. Smith was not available for comment.